What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's Joey Collects as always. Today, I think it's going to be an interesting video. It's going to be, I think a lot of people are going to be like, I would love some of those figures. 2, please. Today we're talking about 10 comic strip, not comic book, because we have comic book characters. Superheroes, villains, you name it, we got it. Comic strip characters, though, that you get in your papers, it's a little different. I don't think you really have too much representation. Some of these you'll see on the list, there probably are a figure or two of, but more than likely, a lot of these have never seen figure form. So today, let's take a glimpse at what could possibly be, because this is what all this is. Just me and my ramblings, seeing what could possibly one day be from some toy company, hopefully. So as always, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Let's get into the video. This is my top 10 comic strip characters I'd love to see. All here in this picnic. Number 10 on the list, I'd like to see some Blondie figures. Blondie was an interesting comic strip. It was fun and it just followed like the daily life's ups and downs of a married couple, having the family around. And it was funny, especially Dagwood makes it. Like, Dagwood makes the comic. His antics, always falling into somebody or something, breaking stuff, or just, I really would love to see a picture of him, or a figure of him, I should say, with his wild hair, like how it comes off to the side. So I think the render here did a great representation of that, and I would love to see that, and I honestly would love to slap him between Scooby and Shaggy from Jada Toys and have some huge sandwich, because that's what he was always known for, having some wild, outrageous sandwich. So seeing somebody make him and being able to put him between Shaggy and Scooby, and the three of them looking at this towering sandwich would be an awesome picture to see. And I know you toy photographers could make that happen ASAP. So coming in number 10, Blondie. Number 9 is a funny one that I started off reading the comic strip and then I moved over to the TV show when I was on television for a while, and that is Dilbert. I love Dilbert. Even as a child, before I really knew what a lot of the probably, more over my head jokes as a child, I'm sure as an adult, I go back and be like, wow, I understand that from a very sad perspective, actually. But, as a child, you just kind of love the things you picked up on. You loved how Dilbert looked, how he looked funny. But as an adult, you can probably appreciate a lot of whether you're in the corporate world or just some of the work-life frustrations of just everyday life in general, things at home, things in the workplace. There probably are people in that show that you're like, you can probably sit at home and be like, he reminds me of her, she reminds me of her, like, the meetings, the emails. I don't want to say a lot without incriminating myself. And future employer sees it's like, oh, you have bad work habits, huh, Joe? Like, I don't want to go that deep, but Dilbert is a funny representation. And like I said, as an adult, being able to go back and watch it now, it hits different because you understand the things you didn't as a child. So I'd love to have a Dilbert figure add to the collection. Let's get into the number 8 slot. Number 8, Zitz. Zitz follows Jeremy and just his life of growing up between still kind of in childhood and legally turning into an adult. That struggle and that conflict between wanting the independence, but also wanting to still be a little sheltered and trying to find yourself, and social anxieties and awkwardness and things that we've probably all, or at least most of us, experienced growing up as being a young adult, being an adolescent, going to high school, if you went to college, whatever. Social insecurity, things like that. I'm pretty sure a lot of us probably went through that at some point of our life, and Zitz kind of really shows that and showcases that. But it all shows that, like, we're all human, we're all working towards a lot of the same things and trying to get better, hopefully one day at a time. But I do think this would be an awesome piece to sit up on your desk. I would love to he has to come with a flight stand, like he's jumping in the air, ripping on the guitar. Gotta go with the guitar too. So the number 8 slot, Zitz, I think it would be a really cool figure to have just sitting like on your desk or something. Let's get ahead to number 7. Number 7 is one that, again, I read as a child, but I didn't really understand it, but Beetle Bailey. Beetle Bailey is a hilarious comic strip, and now I've gone back and I've actually looked at some on Google, and I looked at older ones because some of the newer ones, yeah, it talks about like the modern life and everything, but I wanted to kind of read back on the ones that I guess I grew up reading, even though it's obviously a lot older than me, but the ones that kind of came out during my time and seeing if they kind of fit that time period in life. And for the most part, they did. And it really reminds me of Gomer Pyle. And some of you are probably like, did you really just say Gomer Pyle? Yeah. I can be as old as I am, but I know what Gomer Pyle is. But I think it reminds me of it in the sense of Sergeant Carter was always screaming at Gomer no matter what he did. And the only difference is Gomer Pyle actually did stuff. Like, Gomer got jobs done. He sometimes, well, usually all the time, did something stupid, but he would get his work done. Vito Bailey didn't do a thing. Like, he actively avoided doing anything. He knew he was like the weakest and the worst in things. And he was the laziest person I've ever seen in the military. But somehow he made it. Kind of, sort of. But I love the figure. It looks accurate. It looks cool. I would love to have him with some type of accessory, like a hat and the helmet kind of swappable that's over his eyes, maybe his horn or bugle, whatever it is. And, just a fun comic, man. I think comic strip characters don't get enough love, and I think this would be a cool representation of him. Number 6. This is gonna be a fun one too. Number 6, Hagar the Horrible. Doesn't this look cool? Like, I mean, it looks badass here. He does look pretty badass here. But again, yes, he was a badass Viking and tried to, but it's fun because the script shows him in that Viking mentality trying to solve modern day of the time issues. In-laws, taxes. His son's he's very much a rah-rah go fight type, and his son's a very sensitive kind of like, let's talk and understand feelings and emotions kind of thing. But it's also kind of funny because Hagar he's lazy. Like, he'd also be lazy. Sometimes he would be like, I kind of want to storm this castle, but I kind of just want to go home. Like, so, and I feel like that's a lot of us too. Like, I kind of know I need to go to the grocery store and do this, but I kind of just want to go home. And I think I want to go home and have a beer and relax. Like, and that's what he would do. So I feel like he was pretty relatable in a lot of different ways, but I think this figure would be just really cool to have, something awesome. And again, we have comic book characters. Somebody break into that comic strip world and get representation like this on our shelves. He's got to come with, I'll put him with like right here with Nev and them, he's got to come with, sword, shield with arrows sticking out of it, and probably a pint of beer accessory too. That'd be cool. And we probably could fit him in with Mythics. I love Hagar. It was fun to read as a child. My grandma and my aunt actually put me on a lot to comics and comic strips, I should say. Not too many books, but strips. And there's a lot of these I would love to just have in my collection. But let's get on to the top 5. Alright, down to the final 5. And coming in at 5, we have Curtis. Curtis is a cool comic strip, and I really relate to it for a multitude of reasons. It just follows a middle-class black family in the city, and it talks about just a lot of different things from African-American culture. It has its humorous moments and humorous takes on it. It also comes with a lot of good messages between taking care of your mental health, your physical health, doing the right things. It talks about bullying and talks about like racism. It touches on a lot of different subjects. So some of them can have a more serious tone. Other ones are very humorous. And it's a lot of things that I actually heard growing up. Somebody, going home and asking your parents if we could have McDonald's, and we have McDonald's at home. Asking your parent or whatever for $1. I'm broke. You don't got $1? I'm broke. Didn't you hear that? Like, just stuff that we heard growing up, and it's reflected in that comic, and it's just like, damn, my dad said to me all the time. Like, it's so relatable. So, number 5, I had to throw Curtis in, and I mean, he's got the hat, he's got the shoes. Maybe we throw him in with a radio or a boombox or something so he can have, and he was always dancing and listening to music at home or something. So, number 5, Curtis. Let's get in to the top 4. Clocking in at number 4, we have some of my favorite chips. Andy Cap. Andy Cap was, honestly, it was just about a lazy dude who didn't want to work and would rather just go gamble and go to the bar and drink. Like, that's all Andy Cap was about. He had a sharp-tongued wife who used to usually put him in his place, to be honest, most of the time. But a man was either sleeping on the couch, out losing a bet, or drinking a beer and coming home drunk. Like, that's all Andy Cap was. Like, you had your tones of certain things, but most of it was just that man having a good ass time. Like, that's all it was. But it was fun. I love to read it. And again, I always gravitate towards Andy Cap fries because he's on the packaging. So, number 4, let's get an Andy Cap figure. We got 3 left. Let me know what y'all are thinking these last 3 are going to be in the comments. And let me know just what figures, if you would want any, what figures you would want to add to your collection, comic strip size. So, number 3. And this one, I got some shit to say about this one. Coming in at number 3, Dennis the Menace. And yes, this was cool. And you all know what Dennis the Menace is. It follows the story of a 5-year-old who just be out here doing shit he shouldn't be doing half the damn time. He just needs his ass beat. Like, just keep it a book. Dennis needs his ass beat. And nobody gonna do it. So, he has moments where he takes accountability and stuff like that. But somebody need to tell this kid before he go do stuff. Nobody's proactive. Everybody's reactive. Set some boundaries for this child. Give him some training. Do something. This boy needs his ass beat. Y'all just letting him do whatever he wants. But it'd be a cool figure to have. And I mean, I'm kind of surprised we don't have some type of, again, you'll find probably small PVCs or something of him, but Dennis, you don't want a Dennis the Menace? Like, you don't enjoy a Dennis the Menace in the movies, the show, like, the comic strip, nothing? Come on. Number 3, Dennis the Menace. Let's get that done. Like, down to 2. And these 2 are very near and dear to my heart. Number 2, coming up next. Alright. Number 2. Number 2 is very special to me because from the time I was like, I want to say 7 or 8 to even now as an adult, every year on my birthday, I get a card from my aunt, and every card had the same comic strip in it. Not obviously the same comic, but like all that same comic. She'd cut out a strip from the paper and she'd put it in a card for me every year for probably the past 25 years. I love the comic. I used to read it all the time when I hung out with her, and she still sends it now, so I always read them. But I'm talking about the Boondocks. The Boondocks first off, the comic was awesome. I never thought I'd get a TV show, and the TV show is not at all like the comic. Like, it follows Huey, and Huey is a very young radical. He wants change. He wants to question authority and societal norms and you know, just cultural norms and ask the why question or the hard questions, and he wants change. And I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. The show always went over the top. It was very exaggerated, but the cartoon was a great time. It really did make you ask those hard questions, and sometimes he will make adults kind of look like, damn, like, you stumped me. Like, it was always a fun comic for me as a child. And like I said, being able to receive one every year on your birthday for the past 25, plus years is really cool to get. Like, that's something that me and her have as a special bond. And the Boondocks as a comic strip as a whole, I have a special place with. So, number 2, the Boondocks. I just can't believe people don't have figures of this. Like, nobody's made this? Like, Number one, and I don't think anybody's really going to get this. Some of you might, because some of you know me a little better than others, but there can only be one. Check out my number 1 comic strip figure, or figures, that I would want to add. The number 1 comic strip characters that I would love to have an action figure for are these 2 right here. Oh yeah. Ain't that sick? Calvin and Hobbes. I mean, video done. No, I would love Calvin and Hobbes figures. That's something that I truly want. I want to see somebody make figures of these, because Calvin and Hobbes is a lot of our childhood. It just follows the tale of a young kid and his stuffed animal. Because remember, he wasn't a real tiger, obviously. So it just followed their crazy adventures, and in his imagination, how his imagination would take him back in time. It'd take him in space. It would take him underwater. It would take him running away from bad guys. They went everywhere. Calvin and Hobbes went everywhere. And I remember to the people, it's just a kid playing with his stuffed animal. But to him, it was him and his best friend or his imaginary friend having the time of their life. And that was a lot of our childhood. It's just whether you ran around with your favorite toy and you named him, or you just, whatever the toy's name was, you ran around, you had adventures, and you had imagination, you had creativity, you had fun. Things you can think about now as an adult and be like, man, I used to have this crazy war between these toys and those toys, and that person was trying to stop them, and this person was trying to end the world. We still had we had crazy imaginations, and I feel like that's a lot of the reason why we do a lot of this, because in the back of your head, you have ideas for all these. You have ideas for why these people are all here. You have, reasons for all this. We all do. And this is why we get to, interplay with the different brands we have from different companies and put them together and take a picture of it. And everybody else just kind of sees the picture and it's like, I get it. And I know why you put those two together. That's our imagination, our creativity seeping out. And it's like Calvin and Hobbes was us as kids, and a lot of us now. This is what this list comes from. My imagination of what I grew up on, and me wanting to see it in physical form. Calvin and Hobbes is such a great comic strip. And I mean, that's how I have to end this list off. That is the number one. I would love to have them walking across the log. Give me the log accessory, them with their arms out walking across it. Now I need I need a nice background and maybe a little water feature. I just love it, man. Guys, that is all I have for this video. Thank you for watching. Let me know your thoughts down below on the video. Let me know if you guys would really love some comic strip characters. I mean, I feel like a lot of us grew up reading them. It'd be cool to have. Until then, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Keep it locked to the channel for more content. I am Joey Collects as always. And until I see y'all next time, y'all know what it is. Peace.